Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is Scurry by Matt Smith. This is the webcomic in graphic novel form published by Skybound Comic, which is the kids-focused graphic novel line for Skybound, people behind stuff like Invincible and Walking Dead. Scurry is amazing. That's the best way I can put it. I mean, this is on a scale of 0 to 10. This is 10 out of 10 completely all the way. So I grew up in the 80s. I'm born in 79, believe it or not, and mostly grew up in the 80s, or, the younger years in the 80s. So I was of that generation that traumatized the children to entertain. Secrets of Nim, Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, all that. Every single thing that should, in theory, give you nightmares and completely wreck you for life. It has. Thanks, adults. Scurry is, I think, right up that alley. It has that nice vibe. It doesn't quite go to the holy crap, like, why are you traumatizing children level, but it definitely feels like an homage to that in some ways, and I mean that as a compliment, because those are all classic stories, classic films, classic books, whatever. Like, it's what we grew up on, we loved, whatever. We joke about how these things like, holy crap, looking at it all these years later, they're traumatizing. This is a pretty traumatizing book and story if you really want to think about it. So the story is, it's a world where humans have kind of disappeared, and this colony of mice and some rats are figuring out what to do next. Their food is running low. The scouts they keep on getting sent, they get sent out to go to cities, don't come back. What are they to do? There's the kind of the break-off faction that wants to go to the city and just like go because the humans have to be there, right? So they can go live in peace. And there's others who want to do the smart thing, send out scouts, try to find food, take things slowly and not be rash and just upend everything where not everyone's going to survive. I'm trying to think of how not to spoil this. Well, this sets off an adventure of a scavenger mouse named Wix, and Wix's journey through the unknown forest and elsewhere to try to save the one he loves, and then of course save the colony. We're gonna go with that. Up against exactly what you expected, the type of things you get like evil wolves, you get hawks, you get ravens. There's of course feral groups of mice. There's all sorts of creatures out there. So like how has this world gotten to where it's at? We find out. Will they survive? It's a great ending, and I want more to this series. It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. I think it would traumatize my daughter to read this. Age wise, I would put it more towards the 10ish, maybe older, a little bit older, depending, obviously how your kid is. Younger than that, you're definitely going to be sending them to therapy at some point. It's got some scary, I will say it's got scary moments for really young kids. Like, I would not be reading this to like a 5 or 6 year old. As I said, like when they can start reading in like 8, 9, 10, somewhere around that, you're probably in that safe zone. It's not completely jacked up, but it does remind me a lot of those classic 80s films that many of us are in therapy or should be in therapy over. So yeah, I mean it's awesome. It's really good. I mean, I think the other thing that's solid is the back of this. Let me show the art first. I mean, the art is gorgeous. This is an amazing graphic novel, crazy, amazing webcomic. Apparently, I haven't read the webcomic, so I don't know how it compares on the web. But like the art is so good. This is just. Like, the creatures are adorable, things do look ominous and scary at times without completely, like, scare the crap out of you. Levels of that, disturbing. It's good. Like, this is really good. And I think that thing that's really impressive is that, like, it feels like every animal is unique. I think maybe other than the ravens, really. Every animal is unique in some way. Like, the mice all have personalities. The feral mice definitely have personalities. Beavers that they come across have personalities, and they all look different. Like, to me, that's really impressive. Really cool to do. So as I said before, we were showing off the art. There are a lot of extras. We get the I think it was the Free Comic Book Day story that was released is in here. There's like guides as to like who all the characters are. But actually, what I think is really neat, I want to highlight it, is that there's a reading guide. I mean, this is geared towards kids to read and to talk about. So there's things of like key themes, the important characters, the settings. There's actual questions to have conversations. So to me, this is a really, really solid read. If you can get, in a class to do this, like I don't know if schools would be up for that. Reading groups, absolutely. But I think more importantly, parents and their kid would be absolutely fantastic to read this with, to go through it maybe chapter by chapter and talk about the themes, talk about the discussions. Have a discussion about these things. Like, it sets you up so you can easily do that as a parent. Like, holy crap, something encourages you to engage with your child and have discussions with them. Awesome. This is fantastic because of that. So I'm actually really, really pumped because of that. I think it's wonderful. Like, I actually would like to see, there's a lot of, like, guides that are out there. Like, other books do this. Other graphic novels absolutely do this. Books do this. Usually meant for librarians, for teachers, stuff like that. Like, this is in the graphic novel. I would love to see more graphic novels do that sort of thing. Just put the material straight in the graphic novel. It doesn't need to be much, just a couple pages to do that sort of thing. It's just, I've never seen that in a release like this, so to see it made me really, really excited. Like, I've seen it in a couple things, but not quite to this level. So props to that alone. As I said, the story and art alone makes it a 10 out of 10. That just kind of puts it over the top. This is absolutely fantastic. Skybound has knocked it out of the park once again with the Skybound comic release. This to me is like a publisher to watch when it comes to young reader stuff. Like, they are doing it smart, slow, methodical, and really thinking things through. Props to them all the way. Go check this out. Highly, highly recommend it. Out now in shops. You can go get it in comic shops. We have a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code. I'll tell the comic shop near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links. So we get a small percentage, and by doing that, you'll support our site. So thank you for that. I want, of course, to thank you all for watching as well. And thank Skybound for hooking us up with this review copy. I really, really appreciate that. If you are into graphic novels, if you're into comics, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.